Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9th episode of Warring to Attitude. I am your host, Brent Biles, and as you know, I just said this to my co-host before we came on that I see him, even though he lives an entire ocean and many thousands of miles away from me, I see him more than I see friends who live 10 miles from me. He is the ballroom brawling, disco dancing, dynamite stretching, intercontinental playboy, folks. He's more over than Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. He's probably not that over. Yeah, GA Russell, Glenn, how you doing?
Oh, very well. No, definitely not that over.
Nobody is.
The only person that was more over than Bad Bunny was Carlo Carabiaco.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing. I like that pop was so great. Like it was so awesome. When Carlito came out, at first you're like, "Who is this?" And then you're like, "Oh." Then I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, is that Carlito?"
You could tell by the hair.
Well, it's just because the music. Like at first, I didn't catch it with the music.
Yeah,
because they didn't play the whole. I spit in the face to people who don't want to be cool. They didn't play that first. They just started playing his music. So first, they're going, "What the hell is this music?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's Carlito." The people lost their shit. Everyone in that whole stadium was like jumping. You could see it. Like waves in the crowd. It was insane.
As DC tweeted, Carlito Savio Vega.
Yeah,
it made his night.
Well, yeah, seeing Savio Vega was great. Our buddy Kyle from the Apron Belt podcast tweeted something like, I better see Savio Vega at this pay-per-view. I mean, this premium live event in Puerto Rico. We got to see him twice because it was a backstage segment. I think it was was it with Bad Bunny? Oh yeah, he gave Bad Bunny that the kendo stick. Yeah. And then and then we saw him again. He came out during the match too, which all that was really, really fun. That match was really, really great. I know there's been a lot of discussion on the internet about where the match placement goes, but it is on record. You can go back and check our Backlash preview show that Glenn said that should have been the main event of the premium live event before anybody else was complaining about it on the internet. Glenn said it first, so Glenn, you're a genius.
Well, no, it should make sense.
It did, yeah.
No, you've got the home crowd with a great, the biggest recording star, probably one of the. Although the WWE would like to make you think, definitely in Latin America, probably not the world. Like
I bet if you look though, like stream wise, I bet he's got to be top 3 worldwide. I bet he is.
Oh yeah, but if you actually walked around the street and asked people who Bad Bunny was before he appeared in the WWE, they probably wouldn't have even known.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't know who he was if it wasn't for WWE.
So I'm not going to go on record to talk about his music.
His music's great for what it's going for, but it's just not for me.
That's it.
His demographic is not white guy that lives in Nebraska.
No, that's it. Anyway, congratulations, champ. While we're talking about it, 5 out of 6. No, 4 out. What is it? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 out of 7.
4 out of 7.
5 out of 7. You got right.
That sounds right.
Which is the 2 you got with the bro buddies.
Oh yeah. I completely.
No, actually, I lied. That's the only one you got wrong.
Okay, 7. That's the one you only got wrong. The mayor was out of the running by the second match, so.
Yeah, because he went for Omos.
Yeah, he went against his better judgment, which that match was really, really good too. We're going to talk more about that whole thing you'll probably be able to listen to it on Saturday morning on YouTube, or we're going to talk more about the pay-per-view with the mayor before we watch the Mayor of the Superstars this Friday. But anyway, we're not here to talk about 2023 pay-per-views or whatever fucking year it is. We're here to talk about a 1997 pay-per-view. It is In Your House Final 4, which took place on February the 16th, 1997 from the UTC Arena in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Glenn, could you ever see the WWE running a pay-per-view now with only 6,399 fans in attendance?
Let me riots.
Yeah.
There'd be people complaining they couldn't get tickets. All the scalpers would be out in force with fistfuls of tickets, selling them for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, the tickets to In Your House Final Four would be on StubHub for like $1,000.
Yeah.
Just sit in the nosebleeds. The UTC Arena is now known as the McKenzie Arena. This arena actually held the first ever. It was Clash of Champions #4. But Clash of Champions #4 was the first Clash of Champions that was produced by WCW and not Jim Crockett Promotion, as the company had just been sold to Ted Turner. It also held the 1991 Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. Glenn, do you know what match took place at the 1991 Halloween Havoc pay-per-view? It's an infamous match.
Oh, is that 90? What was it?
91.
91. Is that the Hogan one?
No, that is the infamous Chamber of Horrors match.
Oh, is that one? Oh, God, yeah.
In this very arena. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty crazy. I was like, what? Really? No shit, huh?
You wouldn't have thought so, would you?
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's not like that. I mean, how did they even get that monstrosity of a cage into this tiny fucking arena? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Basically, people were coming out that entranceway of tripping into the ring, so there was hardly any room to move.
Yeah, definitely.
God knows how they did it.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So they kick off the show with kind of like, they used to do these like black and white cool video packages to open the pay-per-views back then. And I say this all the time, even about WWE today. Like, a lot of times WWE gets stuff wrong, but one thing that they usually don't ever get wrong, that they never miss on, is video packages. The video packages are always top notch, and this one was really, really good too. I really like this opening video package. It might just be nostalgia, because that's how what was going on when I was a kid. But
they just look arty and good. They're not, that's nothing to do with nostalgia. That's basically that they are that good.
Yeah, I defy you to go back and find one that isn't good. I just can't see it. Because I haven't heard one. Our very first match, Glenn, that's right. This one kicked off the pay-per-view. It is Marc Mero taking on Leif Cassidy. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. This kicked off a pay-per-view in 1997. I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't know why either, but the guys did a decent job of it. Sable was outstanding, at least on two fronts.
Well, there was three fronts that she was really good at,
yeah. I suppose, yes. Yeah, the obvious ones. And the fact that she did some really good heel manager work here.
She did. They were kind of
unusual for her.
I think you kind of got a seed planted of her doing heel stuff, and Mero is kind of turning heel a little bit too, I kind of feel like, in the stuff that he's doing. The best thing about this pay-per-view is we will no Vince McMahon on commentary. It's all JR and the King, so we're even moving toward the Attitude Era. You know what I mean?
First one, there's no. He must have lost his smile along with Sean.
Yeah, he was just distraught. He had to take a weekend. He said, and then from there, I went home and cried myself to sleep. What a maneuver, he said.
I had to note that it was good work from Sable to assist Mero in the win.
Yeah, and there was at one point too where Cassidy had he had Mero's leg wrapped around the ring post, and he was going to do the whole slam the knee against the ring post thing. And I think Sable either punched him or kicked him in the side. I couldn't see what
she punched him. Yeah.
Just gave a straight shot, right to the rib cage. Which I thought was really cool. So then that made Mero trying to, that made Cassidy kind of look at what Sable was doing, and then Mero caught him with the double axe handle from the apron. The King also made a very bad joke about Sable might having to wear sunglasses to cover up her black eyes if she kept messing with Leif Cassidy, which is something that you would not be able to say nowadays. That would
there's a lot. This year we will hear from the King that you will not get away with saying these days.
Yeah, and if we did a 1998 review show, there'd be many in the 99 and the 2000 and
Yeah.
2001, all the way up until 2023, probably.
No, but by with the King's record, by 2000, he's just rehashing the same stuff like he is now. So
That's true.
We're getting the seeds of it here. The first time's hearing it, and we have to remember that that his jokes are new here. But by the time we get to 2001 and 2002, everybody's heard them a million times.
It's all just puppies. That's all. Puppies. This match was honestly was better than it had any business being. I didn't think it was going to be very good. You can see in this match like Leaf Cassidy or Al Snow. If you didn't know, Leaf Cassidy is Al Snow. I'll just break kayfabe for you. He did a great job of working on Mero's knee. You can see here that he is a really good wrestler. They just kind of saddled him here with a shitty gimmick as Leaf Cassidy and the New Rockers, which is just absolutely corny.
Yeah. Amazing.
Because the new nothing ever works on wrestling. So yeah, Cassidy locked in a figure four. Marc Mero helped get to the ropes a little bit by Sable. She kind of pushed the rope forward so he could help him grab the rope. And then Cassidy gets out of the ring and he's kind of chasing Sable around. The King makes another bad joke about slapping Sable, the taste out of Sable's mouth. And then Mero gets out there, dives out of the ring, starts to beat up Leaf Cassidy. Mero then hits the wild thing off the top rope for the victory. And like I said, a hell of a lot better than I ever thought it would be.
Yep, definitely. And then we get the Honky Tonk Man music.
Yeah. Just what we need. The Honky Tonk Man.
Well, for some strange reason, you've got both JR and the King going, oh, it's the Honky Tonk Man. Where is he? And then they cut to a promo.
Yes.
Cut to a recap of Shawn Michaels promo.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels losing his smile. It was very NXT 2.0 maneuver there.
It was. But with NXT 2.0, they'd go back to what they originally were doing before that. But I don't know if you've got this lined up, the shouty promo from Sid that came straight after Shawn Michaels.
I absolutely do, Glenn. I have a shouting promo from Psycho Sid, and as you all know, we love the comedy gold that is the Psycho Sid promo. So let's have a listen.
Time is the word I did not want to hear. See, time ran out for you, Shawn Michaels. And yes, I am sad for you, but I did not get my chance to get my belt back on Thursday night. But see, time sometimes turns out to be funny. This time, it's original. It's something different. So my time will come on the beginning of a new time for Monday Night Raw. So the ultimate price will be paid by the winner of the Final Four. You have to meet the man. Yeah, and then it is time. It is time to give me back what is mine. For I am the man. I am the master and the ruler of the world.
Okay, so yeah, the Psycho again, another rambling, non-coherent promo from Psycho Sid. He will take on Shawn Michaels for the WWF champion. I'm sorry, not Shawn Michaels. He will take on the winner of the Final Four match night on Raw the next night. The next thing is Flash Funk is out here with his dancers.
Yeah, before that.
Oh, I missed something.
What happened to Honky? They've just forgotten about him.
Yeah, I was going to ask you too. Like, did Honky Tonk Man even join them for commentary? He didn't, did he?
No, they just totally forgot about him.
Well, maybe.
And then
they were in Tennessee, Glenn. Maybe they just trounced him out there for the hometown crowd.
Yeah, maybe cut it out, but it was really strange. And then my note is it's the Godson and the two trainee hoes. Oh no, it's not. It's Flash Funk and the Funkettes. Because he was dressed so godfatherish there.
He was bright fucking green too. They both were. Yep. You know what, Glenn? Let's play a little bit of this though.
Oh, Flash, you are so funky.
Oh yeah. That's good stuff right there. I tell you what,
It is.
that's some good shit right there. Yeah. I don't know. I thought the whole thing was awkward. It went on for way too long. Like it was cool for a second, but they play the whole goddamn song, and it's like, okay, stop now.
Yeah, they're dancing around the ring there and doing the splits and God knows what. Eventually, you find out that because there was no mention of what was coming,
Right.
all the messing around, we didn't have got a clue what was going on. You get Goldust with Marlena just come into the ring with them. So
and Bart
we now know that we've got a tag match.
Yeah, a 6-man tag team match, which for some reason, so Ahmed Johnson has been after and feuding with the Nation of Dominations for weeks, literal weeks. He's been looking for the Nation of Domination. Yeah. Is Ahmed Johnson in this match any way, shape, form, or fashion? No, he's not in here. Nope. You would think he would be.
No, they did say he was injured.
Oh,
they did say on commentary he was injured.
Well, of course.
No, they did cover that. And that is why they got Bart Gunn in. Of course you would.
What a suitable replacement would be Bart Gunn. They did kind of explain to us, like I'd forgotten about this, like Bart Gunn had a match with Farouk where he kind of had Farouk beat, but the Nation of Domination interfered and helped him win. And then Goldust had that match with Crush, and the Nation of Domination interfered to help him win. I'm not sure what problem Flash Funk has with him. Maybe they don't like his dancing. I'm not sure what the problem is with that.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it was very strange. These three guys together. But if Ahmed Johnson's hurt, which I don't know if you've ever listened to Something to Wrestle With, but I've listened to a few episodes. They did one on Ahmed Johnson, and Bruce Pritchard quoted and said, Ahmed Johnson, he didn't discriminate. He would hurt other people as much as he hurt himself, which I thought that was pretty good. So it's Crush, Farouk, and Savio Vega taking on Flash Funk, Goldust, and Bart Gunn.
And they do the Shield. They do the Shield pre-Shield.
I was just gonna say that. Like, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry about that.
No, I was just gonna say, like, did you notice that they did the Shield entrance? But you absolutely did.
Yes. You know, the camera
almost filled up all the seats in the crowd in this arena. That's how many people.
And they obviously didn't tell the backstage crew because the cameraman was firmly ensconced on the entranceway where their music hit, and then there was sort of the producer or the director or whoever was shouting at different cameras to try and find them because they didn't seem to know where they were. They were just different cameras picking out different bits of the crowd. Oh, there they are finally.
Yeah, well, there's so many of them too. It's hard to pick which one you wanted to grab at. The funny thing is this is like Farouk, he gets on the mic before and he's trying to say something, but it doesn't work. And so
it doesn't work.
The hell with it. And then this is Goldust sees this is happening and takes the opportunity to just start beating the guys up, which is
Goldie has a fight.
Goldust is a pro, he knows what to do, which I thought that was pretty good. If you ask me, Flash Funk was the MVP of this match. He was flying all over the place. He did a huge splash off the top rope to the outside of every member of the Nation of Domination. He was really, really good in this.
Bart Gunn launched him at one point into him.
Yeah, I did see that. But the Nation of Domination
locked him out
and started beating him up, though. It didn't really work out.
Yeah.
I guess the problem is those guys in the Nation of Domination are too beefy. They're not like cruiserweights where you can throw one at 7 of them and they go down.
Did you notice the ref in this match?
No, I didn't notice the ref in this match, which is weird for me.
I don't know who he was, but he'd obviously not wrestled. He'd not refereed a multi-man match. The amount of times he was in the wrong place and running around like a headless chicken trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it might have been one of his first matches or something like that because he was a bit off.
Yeah.
We get another bad joke from the King during this thing about how he told them that he said he went to the mall with Crush one day, and Crush said he'd never been to jail, but then for some reason tried to pay with cigarettes for everything, which is a bad jail joke.
Yeah.
And then Ron Simmons called Flash Funk a country redneck. I didn't understand.
No. He's not exactly one of the Godwins, is he?
No, and there was a lot of country hits in the crowd. They're in Tennessee, and I'm not throwing shade.
Yeah.
I live in Nebraska, but like I'm like Flash Funk. I don't think this is
Not
country.
Flash Funk.
That was hilarious. I laughed so hard when I heard that. And I like Flash. They try to do a club. Farouk and Savio Vega try to do like a double clothesline to Flash Funk, and he did like a spin. He like spun out of it,
Yeah.
and then hit like a clothesline of his own on
Oh,
both them.
yeah, over the top of them. You
Yeah.
used them like a bar, which was really good.
Yeah, it was fucking great. Yeah. So yeah, Flash Funk was the MVP of the match for me. You got any more notes on it?
No, just D1, of course.
Yeah, the finish comes with Bart Gunn. So Bart Gunn hits a Bulldog on Farouk from the top rope, but Crush comes in and hits a leg drop on the back of Bart Gunn's neck while the referee isn't looking. And then that gets the 3 count, and the Nation of Domination win in this weird sort of 6-man tag team match. But it was a pretty good match, I would think. I thought anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
The next up is an interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I have this clip ready, Glenn, so we're going to play it.
I guess you're going to sit there and tell me the Royal Rumble wasn't a main event, wasn't a main pay-per-view last month when I threw 3 pieces of trash, Vader, The Undertaker, and Bret the Hitman Hart over the top rope. To me, jackass, that constitutes a clear-cut victory, as you want to call it, over those 3 guys. I did it once, I'll do it again. The whole thing is, Gorilla Monsoon says I didn't win the Royal Rumble. The whole world saw me win the Royal Rumble because we don't have the instant replay rule in effect here. The bottom line is, you work in the office. You've got a conspiracy against me, just like Vince McMahon, Gorilla Monsoon, everybody. It's all a part of the bureaucratic BS and politics that's held Stone Cold Steve Austin back for 7 long years. But the bottom line is this, Doc. I will win the Final 4 today, and I will be the World Wrestling Federation champion, and you can count on it. You piece of trash.
You piece of trash. That's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
It's great how you see Austin becoming that attitude era character.
Yeah, bit by bit,
Just,
you can see it coming through.
Yeah. It just like, what is it? What we watched 4 or 5 episodes now?
Something like that, yeah.
For the first one where he was there in his trunks, and you see more and more of the gritty 316 Vince hating, management hating Austin coming out as we go along.
So the next match was a rematch from Thursday Raw Thursday as Rocky Maivia defends the Intercontinental Championship against Triple H. I'm sorry, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I want to call him The Rock and and Triple H, but they're not The Rock and Triple H.
No, it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Rocky Maivia. And this is one of my favorite King bits, where we was going on about his hair last week. The King goes, Rocky gets his hair cut at a pet store.
That is pretty good. See, I don't like the King's sexist joke, but sometimes sexist jokes, but sometimes he does have some pretty good ones. That was really good. Rocky can do some really good. He did a couple of beautiful drop kicks in this match, and also some pretty good mat wrestling, I thought, to begin the match from both of these guys.
The guy's a good wrestler. I can't understand. I suppose it's that thing. It's like we did speak about it a bit at the last. That it is that sort of thing, like with Roman, is the Marks had got it into their head that he was being pushed, and because he was part of the bloodline, that he was going to get all the benefits and everything, and hated him right from the beginning. Right. But when you actually look at him, he wasn't a bad wrestler as Rocky Maivia.
No, from watching this and watching the match last week, because I think we really only got like a couple of samplings of him so far. But yeah, no, I thought this match was really good. It was a lot like their Raw Thursday match with Triple H kind of getting the upper hand and kind of working Rocky over and getting a lot of big moves on him. But Rocky keeps kicking out kind of the underdog babyface kind of thing. Hunter's doing heel tactics, like putting on his foot on the rope. So he's got the Rock and it. You guys got Rocky in a chin lock. The King also mentions that maybe Rocky Maivia is a big fan of Kid and Play with the hairstyle that he's got. Glenn, are you familiar with the rappers / actors Kid and Play?
No.
Really? You never saw House Party or Class Act?
No.
Well, Glenn, I think you got to see House Party. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe being a hip hop DJ back in the day, you never spun any Kid and Play records.
No, I can't remember. I may have done.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They were popular when I was very young, and I saw their movies, but I don't think I ever heard any of their songs. So I couldn't tell you Kid and Play song, but watch House Party. No. If you're ever bored and you come across House Party, which you probably won't, but it is a good movie, very good movie. Anyway, moving on. If you know about Kid and Play, tweet at me. I love Kid and Play. Anyway, the Rock also hits a beautiful crossbody block for a 2 count. Goldust eventually makes his way out to the ring here to distract Triple H.
Yeah. You're coming out to intimidate somebody that you really hate. So you drag your other half along.
Of course.
Why was Marlena with him? Apart from what we see coming up.
Other than the fact that he thought that maybe if Hunter saw Marlena, he would be more distracted than if it was just him. I don't know why he would bring her up.
Oh, because Hunter's already tried to kiss her and everything.
Yeah, because he's had the hot for apparently.
Yes. Although I can't see the attraction. Not that she's I see some of her attractions, but I certainly wouldn't go anywhere near a woman that smokes a cigar.
No, that's gross. That smell lingers for a long time.
Yes, it does. It's old man. It's an old man smell.
Oh yeah, no, that's the last thing you want your woman to smell like. Old man. Unless that's what you're into. I don't know if that's what you're into. Then cool. But typically, that's not what you want. Unless
before people start DMing me, I am an old man now. But when that was the smell of old men when I was young.
That's right. DM him at GR WrestleNut. His DMs are wide open. Let's. Yeah, so when Goldust comes out, The Rock hits like a belly to back suplex on Hunter Assembly for the 1, 2, 3 and retains the Intercontinental Championship. This was a really good match, as I said before. These guys have really good in-ring chemistry, and I think I've heard, in stories that I've read that Triple H and Shawn Michaels kind of gave The Rock a hard time when he first came in. And so considering the fact that maybe these guys didn't get along very well at this point, they certainly they didn't let it bleed into the ring because this was a really good match. So Goldust and Hunter have some words after the match, a little bit of a stare down, and then Glenn, we got an Amazon, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a mystery, and she's a big woman,
very big.
She's huge, and she's got hold of Marlena, so she obviously doesn't mind the smell of cigar smoke.
Or she fucking hates cigar smoking indoors and says, how dare you? I must choke this woman. Maybe that's what she said.
Of course, the JR and the King, they're epileptic. They haven't got a clue what's going on. Get that woman out of there. Have her arrested.
Goldust even screamed that. He said, lock her up.
Yeah.
So that's a real interesting thing to kind of see where this is going to go.
Yes.
This mysterious giant woman in the crowd. So it's going to be fun to see where it goes.
Stay tuned, as they say.
Speaking of fun, Glenn, how about a promo from Vader and Paul Bearer?
Oh, of course, God.
Stone Cold, Steve Austin, you've done let that gator butt, get that canary mouth in trouble, brother. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be? I don't think so, Mr. Hart. Undertaker, rest in peace.
Oh, yes! Being the businessman as I am, the bottom line is very clear. My Vader has already destroyed your Undertaker. My Vader has already destroyed Bret the Hitman
Paul Bearer gives me like fucking the Wicked Witch of the West vibes. And
Yeah.
you, my pretty.
Because he's gone even higher and faster than he was. At least when he was doing promos for the Undertaker, it was a bit more menacing.
Yeah.
But he seems to have gone squeakier and quicker.
Right, and now he just kind of sounds silly, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
before
that's
it
right.
sounded menacing, and now it just kind of sounds silly. Yeah. And then Glenn, here's a match. Here's a fresh new match for us that we've never seen before ever in life. It's
my note at the top of
the
my note at the top of the page is, and of course we're getting Furnas and LaFone versus Owens and the Bulldog.
Why would we, Glenn? Of course.
Because they had a week off last week.
They did. They took a week off. We've done 9 episodes, and we've seen this match approximately 6 times. So that's kind of crazy. It's the state of tag. You can see the state of tag team wrestling now is kind of like actually now compared to then, this is like the golden age of tag team wrestling compared to this, because they got like 4 teams.
Yes.
They show us what happened between Bulldog and Owen at the Royal Rumble. It's still selling the problems between the two on commentary. And I mean, we say this every time we watch these two face each other, but this is literally textbook tag team wrestling right here. Owen and the Bulldog doing classic heel stuff, cutting off the ring, quick tags in and out, distracting the referee so they can cheat against the babyface team in Furnas and LaFone. I mean, 2 of the best tag teams in the world going at it once again.
Yeah. There's not a lot you can say about it. We've said it all.
Yeah,
There's more references to Owen's knee. I put a note here that I'm glad that we'd seen these teams have a good match, because this was a joke.
I mean, this wasn't the best one that they've had together. No. And we've seen a lot of them. It feels like it's best of 7 series at this point. And the problem is they all end in a DQ fashion. And so like I feel like I'm never going to see the end of this, because we never actually get a finish. It's always a DQ.
He was sneaky this time. He just got into the ring and smashed the slammy over whichever one's head it was.
It was
with the ref standing there. With the ref standing there.
Yeah, because eventually, obviously, Owen and Bulldog have words. Bulldog tries to hold LaFone while Owen does a spin kick, and of course, LaFone ducks and he misses and hits Bulldog, and then Bulldog's mad at Owen for hitting him, and then Owen's mad at Bulldog for him not holding him, and they go back and forth. Finally, Bulldog's got him up for a power slam. He's about to beat him, and Owen just comes in and hits him with the slammy for no reason whatsoever.
I know. Finally, the slammy is broken, thanks to the Bulldog.
Yep. It did break. That was the saddest part of it all. Bulldog even went after Clarence Mason a little bit here.
He did.
Yeah, and then they all leave the ring together, Glenn. And so I got to ask you, Glenn, you think this is the last time we see this match?
Nope.
You're absolutely right. We're not going to. Absolutely not. We're going to see that motherfucker again. You know it. Glenn. The next was an interview with The Undertaker, and let's hear what he had to say.
Yes, I have rediscovered my edge. Not all of it, but it's coming to me. The force that dominated the World Wrestling Federation in the early 90s is not far away. This spells doom for one Vader, one Stone Cold Steve Austin, and yes, even the Hitman. There's nothing you can do about it, gentlemen, so accept it. And hope that I spare your lives, because the World Wrestling Federation title will be mine, by hook or by crook. Get in my way, and I will annihilate you.
Annihilate you. Another really good promo by The Undertaker.
Yeah, back to his best with the promos.
Absolutely.
With that Paul Bearer, he's doing a lot more talking and being the menacing taker that Paul Bearer isn't now.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have the Wicked Witch of the West with him.
No.
My Undertaker will get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. And then we go into the final 4 match. Well, Vader makes his way out to the ring, and Vader's pumped because he just starts fucking throwing the ring steps around.
Yeah, I know.
Like they were children's toys.
Leave the furniture alone. Some poor sap's got to put that back for you.
Right. Well, they did. The person who puts the ring steps back together was fucking working on this night because there's like 8 ring step shots during this match. After everybody comes out to the ring, the only person left to come out is Bret Hart, and of course he's got a promo too. So let's see what Bret's got to say before the match.
The hitman, Hart, Bret, your opponents are in the ring. The time is now. The challenge is upon you. Can anything stop you from winning tonight?
I don't think so, and we're going to find out in just a couple of minutes. I don't take anything away from any of these guys in the ring. Stone Cold's tough. Vader's tough. Undertaker, he's tough. But, you know, I got experience. I got heart. I got everything going for me. And, you know, I don't want any excuses. Whoever walks out of this thing tonight should be rightfully the World Wrestling Federation champion. The way I look at it, may the best man win. Me.
I don't know. You got the Undertaker music in the background. It was sort of a case of, have I got time to do this promo? Of course you have, Brett. The Undertaker's on his way out. Oh, okay, then we've got 10 minutes then.
Right, and the aisleway wasn't even that long.
No.
I was honestly shocked that everybody got to the ring and got in the ring and the bell rang before people started fighting. Because I thought absolutely for sure that as soon as Bret hit the ring, Austin was going to, dive at his legs and take him down. But no, they all men just hung out until the bell rang, which I was shocked by that.
First time, considering these 4 over the last few weeks have attacked each other at every opportunity possible.
Yeah.
They finally get a chance to fight, and they all stand there going, well, we'll wait for the bell, shall we, before we start fighting, lads?
Let's be civil.
Yeah. Let's play by the rules.
We're in Tennessee, for crying out loud. We can't just fight without a bell ringing. We can, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, this was 4 guys just beating the shit out of each other.
This was vicious.
It was.
I should prove how vicious it was. Poor old Vader, that mask of his he was in danger. They had to take it off him eventually because he was in danger of drowning in his own blood. It was filling up.
And it happened very quickly. So Undertaker and Vader start brawling outside. Vader gets a chair. He tries to hit the Undertaker once. Undertaker ducks. He hits the ring post. At that point, I'm not touching the chair anymore. I've failed enough. But Vader says no. I must fail some more. Picks the chair up. Runs toward the Undertaker with it. The Undertaker kicks it back into his face. And Vader bled buckets from here on out from that chair shot to the face. I believe in the entrance video to this show that I put on here sometimes, you'll see Vader bleeding from the face, and that has happened in this match. It was a gusher. It was a sight to see, that's for sure. Glenn, had you seen this match before?
I had long time ago, probably live when it was first shown.
Right.
But not for a long while. Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it. As you say, all 4 of them. Austin. Of course, Steve Austin being Steve Austin decides that he's going to carry on punching Vader in the eye. And with the mask as well, sort of squelching his blood pumping out all over Austin. All over the ring.
Yeah, the blood was everywhere. There was at one point where like Bret Hart threw Vader over the guardrail and kind of like into where the fans were, and there were some fans probably in the front row there that got some souvenir, and that was Vader's hot fucking blood because it probably got all over them as they were fighting in the crowd. And they didn't stay out there long. I think somebody probably told them, "Get the fuck back over here! He's bleeding everywhere. You can't be out there."
Talking about that, that poor sound guy as well. Got pinned in the corner. He's covering up. There's people punching him.
So if you've never seen this match, so Austin takes Vader and throws him, and it's kind of like in when you play WWE 2K and you throw them, and they don't have anything to run into, and they just kind of flail forward. Vader did that, but into the poor fucking timekeeper, just annihilating this poor guy. And then Austin dives over there and they're beating each other up on top of this poor gentleman.
It's got into the fetal position because he's taking punches to the head and the body and trying to get out of the way, but they was pummeling him.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. This whole match was just fucking insane. Vader tried to do a moonsault on the Undertaker. I don't know why Vader at this point keeps trying moonsaults. I've never seen him hit one. I wouldn't do it anymore because it never works out for you. This match goes for a long time without anybody getting eliminated. I don't think anybody got eliminated in probably the last 5 or 6 minutes of the match. Because this was just like literally just these guys beat the crap out of each other for 40 minutes, and that's all it was. There was no piss breaks where one guy laid outside the ring. None of that.
No,
it was just nonstop brawling.
Because even when there was stuff going on outside the ring, at one point there was Vader, Bret fighting outside the ring, and there you could watch that, but also just in the other corner there was Austin and the Undertaker pummeling each other in the ring. So there was something going on all the time.
Yeah, it was a nonstop brawl-a-thon is what it was like. Austin is the
and
first
eventually,
one eliminated.
because eventually Bret gets his revenge by eliminating Austin first.
He did, and then I liked how they got all those extra officials out there to make sure that Austin left, but then they must have fell asleep.
Yeah, because he did. Has Austin ever left? every time they've had whole police forces dragging Steve Austin away before now. One way or another, he's turned up again, and this is no exception.
That's a good point. Yeah, I thought the real winner here is going to be Psycho Sid because he gets to face whoever wins this fucking brutal 40-minute brawl tomorrow night on Raw. You know, just they basically pick the bones. I'd have a bone to pick with this if I was Bret Hart. I mean, the guy who wins. Spoiler alert: it's Bret Hart. Anyway,
we're getting there anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not that much of a spoiler.
The Undertaker was thrown out of the ring, and he was trying to get back in the ring, and then Paul Bearer whacks him over the head with the urn, knocking him back out again. Vader then climbs up to the top rope, but he's stopped by Bret Hart, and then Bret Hart hit a superplex. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bret Hart hit a goddamn superplex on Vader.
Yes.
It was a fucking sight. I could not fucking do it.
He does it. Only on White does take. Oh, God bless his soul, R.I.P. and all the rest of it. But he did take some bumps over the time. He really throwing himself just aimlessly into the ring, or other people bumping him aimlessly into the ring.
I think it's fair to say that old Leon might be the best big man in wrestling history because just the way he can move and the power and the size, he could really do it all. Especially like his WCW stuff. If you only saw him in WWF, that was not the Vader that you needed to be seeing. You need to check out that WCW stuff because that's a different kind of animal. That was a scary
motherfucker. That was coming out with that mask that pumped smoke everywhere, and oh dear.
I remember when we did the piece of business with we watched it was him versus Cactus Jack, and that wasn't a wrestling match; it was an assault.
Yeah, it was.
Beat the living shit out of him the whole time. It was Jesus Christ. My face still hurts from just thinking about it. Bret Hart locks the sharpshooter in on Vader, but for some reason Taker breaks that up, which I guess no one told him that this is elimination, but whatever. And then, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin makes his way back out to the ring because he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He starts attacking Bret Hart on the outside, and then Austin's all over the place. And then finally Vader gets eliminated when he goes up for a Vader bomb, and Bret Hart punches him. I'm sorry, the Undertaker punches him right in the balls, and he falls out over the top rope. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin's still beating up Bret Hart. The Undertaker tries to lock in the tombstone on Bret Hart. Austin grabs Bret Hart's foot, kind of pulls him down. Basically, the Undertaker had this thing won, but it had not been for Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Undertaker would be the champion.
And we will come to that in the latter episodes.
Yeah, we will get to that later in the episodes. And so basically, the Bret Hart clotheslines the Undertaker over the top rope because of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and now Bret Hart is now the fourth time the WWF champion, winning the Final Four match. Psycho Sid comes out. They kind of have a little stare down at the end. What's your final takeaway from this epic brawl?
It was entertaining. I'd actually forgotten that Bret Hart won this. For some reason, I thought the Undertaker would win it. Spoiler for anybody that doesn't know: Bret doesn't have the title for long.
No,
and that is why.
Review that episode. Yeah,
and that is why I laboured under the misapprehension that I saw the Undertaker win it here, but obviously it wasn't here that he won it.
We will get to the Undertaker winning, Glenn. Don't you worry.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I thought this was a really solid pay-per-view. I thought it was light years better than the Royal Rumble was.
Oh, definitely. Because they've been telling since the Royal Rumble, they've actually been telling good stories. They've been good wrestling, and it all culminated in this.
Except for the random. I'm the random Marc Mero versus Leaf Cassidy match, but that was still ended up being a really good match. So
yeah. I suppose they had to do something. They had to have somebody in there at the beginning.
They had to throw, and they were like, "Well, Marc Mero's here. He used to main event. He used to open every WCW pay-per-view. So why?
That's right. The difference is that it was Johnny B. Bad that used to open the WCW, and if you talk about Vader being a different animal in WCW, Marc Mero certainly was.
Yeah, you could say that again. Yeah, the Wild Man is not the Johnny B. Bad. That's for goddamn sure.
The Vince wanted.
Yeah, that's what he. Yeah,
you can't blame. You can't blame Mark, and you can't blame Vince for any of this. It was basically he was hoping that he'd get Johnny B. Bad, and the WCW went, that's our gimmick. You can't have it.
They should have named him Johnny B. Rad.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Here comes Johnny B. Rad.
Or Bobby B. Bad or something.
See?
Yeah.
He's as pretty as a picture. He looks nothing like Little Richard. See, this could work. Anyway, we always do this. I'm going 2 thumbs up. I'm sure you're going 2 thumbs up.
I go 2 thumbs up. Yes. Yeah. Thoroughly entertained.
Thoroughly sports entertained. We were watching this. We hope you were thoroughly entertained listening to it or watching it or whatever the fuck you're doing. Glenn, you got anything you need to plug before we get out of here?
Yes. Not only is Bang Bang back and he's back doing his thing, but the first episode of Series 4 of the Doctor Who podcast. Anybody out there that's a Doctor Who fan, give them a listen. That's a real good. The UTT, give them a listen. And of course, DDT Wrestling, which is no longer wrestling. It's just DDT.
Makes a lot of sense. It wasn't a whole lot of wrestling anyway. So
no.
And of course, me and Glenn want you to know and need you to go ahead and check out our new venture, our new mini series. It's called The Cup of UK Heritage, where we're going to review all the Heritage Cup matches that took place during the NXT UK run. We will be reviewing the first round matches, which took place in the inaugural tournament. That episode will be out tomorrow, so you can check that out if you're interested in that sort of thing. And of course, make sure you give our other co-host, our buddy, the Mayor of Canton, a follow on Twitter at Mayor of Canton, and check out the Meal with the Mayor every Wednesday, where he'll eat something that's really good, but maybe not so good for you. And of course, check out Sportswire Radio and give our buddy Thomas Bryce a follow on Twitter at Thomas Bryce 2017. I don't think I have anything else to say. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. So,
all right.
Goodbye.